Hello everybody out there in the Frontline universe, I'm Chris and welcome back to another comic book review. We are pushing full steam ahead with DC Rebirth. We are now in week 2 and in this review I'll be reviewing Superman in Action Comics back to its original number, 957. 957 issues. We are getting close to 1,000. And while I'm showing you guys some artwork from inside the book, this book is written by Dan Jurgens, Superman veteran, and art is by Patrick Zurcher. Look at that artwork. Some really, really great panels from Patrick Zurcher. I really enjoyed the artwork in this book, and I really enjoyed the story in this book. It definitely gives Superman his return feel, that's for sure. Now, before we get into this book, just like last week, I want to let you guys know I will be talking about stuff that's in this book, so this is a spoiler alert, so just know that I will be giving spoilers off of this book. So if you haven't read issue 957 of Action Comics, you might want to pause this video, put it in your watch later file or list, go out, get the book, read it, and then come back and see my thoughts on the book. Non-spoiler review-wise, I thought this was a great welcome back to Action Comics. We got the original Superman back. We got some classic feels with a lot of characters. We got a kind of question mark to how is this possible with Doomsday. And we had just some really great moments. I would definitely recommend checking out Action Comics 957. If you are a fan of the old Superman back when it was Action 905, right before the reboot, you might want to jump back in now and check it out. Will you be lost? You might mildly be lost, and I'll catch you up right now. We all know the new 52 Superman passed away. If you read the one-shot, you saw that it is dead. Dead is dead for the new 52 Superman. And now, Superman saying the world needs a Superman again. And that leads us to where we are now. Okay, spoiler alert again, before we start. This book opens up, we get to see a returning character, a supporting character that was in the Superman books way back when. We get to see Maggie Sawyer, part of the SCU, the Special Crimes Unit for Metropolis. She's back, Jimmy's there, there's a hostage situation going on, and who shows up but Lex Luthor, with the Superman shield and the Superman cape. While off somewhere else, in a different state, Superman, Lois, or Clark, Lois, and John are getting ready to move again. They are still in hiding. They are staying secretive in order to keep themselves safe, their family safe, and in order to reveal the truth to the new DC Universe without going public. Well, at least without Clark going public as Superman again. And Lex saves the day, of course, and he goes on the news, and John leaves the TV on as they're moving. And what comes on but Lex Luthor in Metropolis, wearing the Superman suit, and basically proclaiming Superman is dead, which nobody knew Superman died apparently still in Metropolis, because Jimmy was kind of like, Clark's dead? I thought he was missing. Everybody thought he went missing, not that he was dead. And he basically was going to be Metropolis' new Superman. And as Clark is seeing this, old DC Universe Clark, which I'm not referring to as that anymore, it is Clark. As Clark is seeing this, that look on his face cannot be mistaken. He just puts everything down, runs upstairs, 1, 2, 3, heat vision. The beard is gone. Goes into the drawer, pulls it out. There's the suit. And Lois is like, we've been staying quiet. We've been doing this for a reason. Are you sure this is what you need to do? Are you sure this is right? This is the right time? We don't know if this Lex Luthor is as evil as the one that was from our universe. And Clark's like, he's a Luthor. He's Lex. He's evil. Jumps into the suit. We get an awesome splash page of him saying Metropolis needs the real Superman. And he just zooms off to Metropolis. And as Lex is giving this speech, who shows up? Clark shows up as Superman. He's like, you're no Superman. And the world, all of a sudden, is in big question marks. Like, how the hell is this possible? While in the meantime, somebody's watching on. Somebody is watching this entire thing and knows about Clark's secret identity, knows Lois and John are there. You know, he's got screens everywhere. And it turns out that that robbery, that was just a distraction. A distraction for what, though? And we find out that there's another piece of the gang up in the sky with this big, like, what was like a a big case, or I forgot what they called it. But anyway, as this fight back and forth verbally is going on between Superman and Lex, Superman's like, take that off, take that cape off. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Superman. Not even referencing it to him. He basically just said it didn't belong with Lex. All of a sudden, push comes to shove, and the fight breaks out. He tries to reach out for the S, and he gets shocked, and the fight between Lex and Superman starts happening. And they're going back and forth. They're trading blow for blow. And Lex is like, you have to be an imposter, a clone, a cyborg. I love how he's throwing all these things out, just like the reign of the Superman. It was kind of funny. And then we get to the point where, as they're fighting, all of a sudden, we find out that casket that's up in the sky in the ship, we find out that something's trying to break out of it. But before all of that, while all this is going on in the Daily Planet, Perry gets word that this is going on. And somebody screams out, "I've got it," and runs out the door. And we don't know who it is. And then he shows up in front of Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "But I thought you were dead." He's like, "No, I'm obviously right here." And as all this is going on, finally, we get the reveal that Clark Kent is alive. But how's that possible? And he shows up on the screen, and everybody's like, how is there another Superman? How is Clark there? And why are they separate? Because in the New 52, Superman was revealed to be Clark Kent. But how is it possible that there's a Clark Kent and a Superman at the same time, looks, sounds, acts exactly like Clark, exactly like Superman? And Lex is kind of dumbfounded. He thinks that both of them are somehow imposters or clones or whatever. But then the casket explodes and something lands right in front of Clark and Lex. And what is it? We all saw the cover. It's Doomsday. But how? And is this the Doomsday that, like, one of the Doomsdays we've seen from New 52? Is this the one that was in the Phantom Zone? Or is this the Doomsday of the New 52 universe? The one that was trapped like the Doomsday on the old DC universe? Because he's in the same green getup. He's in the same metal harnesses and everything. But now here he is in Metropolis. And right in front of Lex and Superman. So the question is now, who's Clark Kent? What's going to happen with Lex and Superman versus Doomsday? What's Lois going to do? What's John going to do? And what's going to happen? My guess with Clark is it has to be connected to the Eradicator, possibly. Possibly. Or maybe this was all planned out. I don't know. But somehow, some way, this is being planned out so that Superman can be Clark Kent again. Somehow. It'll probably be revealed before the end of this story arc, which I believe this story arc officially is ending in August, because Action Comics ships twice a month, and I believe by issue 5 or 6 is the end of this story arc. So, a couple of months and we'll be through the story arc. I thought this book was spectacular. There were so many questions like, why is there a Clark Kent? Who is Clark Kent? Superman, when he showed up, that moment between Lex and Superman, that felt classic. That felt like the way Superman and Lex were back in the old DC universe, where Lex at first doesn't believe this is Superman, but now I think he's starting by the end of this issue to question if he's right or wrong here. He did see Superman die, or he thinks he did, but he looks like Superman, he sounds like Superman, he has the same powers as Superman. He is Superman, and it's going to be interesting to see how Lex deals with this, because he wanted to be the Superman of Metropolis. Now what? Now the real Superman's there, and he can't play superhero, and Superman insists that Lex Luthor's completely 100% evil. Now, the New 52 Lex had his redeeming factors. Now, if it's revealed that he's done dark things in a future issue, that's a different story, but we haven't seen him do anything dark since Forever Evil. Forever Evil, he's been pretty much on par with the good guys, even though New 52 Superman never trusted him, and old DCU Superman obviously never trusted him. It's gonna be interesting to see where this goes now. I'm really interested. I think Dan Jurgens did an amazing first issue. I know a lot of people, I can hear it now, say, why Doomsday? Why again? Why is the first issue? We saw enough of Doomsday. Remember, we saw Doomsday in the New 52. It was an undefined Doomsday. It was a Doomsday that came out, that died and released spores and stuff like that. Stuff that Doomsday I don't think ever would have done. So, I'm interested in seeing where this fight's going to go, where this fight between Lex and Superman is going to go, and where Clark goes from here, because he's revealed himself to the world now again. Superman's back. So how is Clark going to deal with that? And how is Superman going to deal with this guy that thinks he's Clark? Is this Clark going to go away eventually and then Superman jumps into that role again? Or is this Clark going to stay and Superman just is going to be Superman 24/7? That's questions that I'm sure will get answered over time. I love this issue so much. I enjoyed it. It felt, there were just so many moments, like I said, with Lex and Superman, Doomsday at the very end. Now the question is how, why, is it really, or was it a replication or something taken from another universe? I mean, there's 52 universes out there. Lots of questions that I'm looking forward to being answered. And who's the guy watching them? Who's watching everything that's going on? And what is his role in what's going to be going on in the future with Action Comics, with Superman in general? Super stuff. This is a 4.5 out of 5 star book. There were a lot of questions that I'm sure begged more answers to than we got. At the same time, though, it was really good. I can hear a lot of people complaining about Doomsday. I could definitely hear a lot of people saying Doomsday again, but we knew it was coming. We saw the cover, so really you can't say you didn't see it coming. But I can see a lot of people saying it's Doomsday again. That's really the only complaint I can think of, honestly. I like that Maggie Sawyer's back. I like that, I like the way Superman came back. The throwing the first punch, though, I don't know how I feel about Superman throwing the first punch, but I don't think he really did. He was provoked by Lex's suit. So, who shot first, Han Solo or Greedo? You know what I mean? Anyway, this is a 4.5 out of 5 star book. Personally, I say it's 5, but I'm taking a half star away because I could hear people complaining, oh, they're using Doomsday again for the first story arc. So it bears repetitiveness, but at the same time, I think it's going to be unique in its own sense. We'll have to wait and find out, though, 100% to be sure. And the artwork was spot on. Gorgeous. Oh my God. I never saw such gorgeous artwork before. So I would definitely say check it out. I guess my half would most likely be because also in the one shot, it looked like Superman basically said, yeah, I'm coming back as Superman. And then in this book, it looked like he was once again wanting to stay in hiding until he saw Lex as Superman. So I guess that's where the half star falls off a little bit, because it's like, well, he already said in the one shot he wanted to be, the world needed a Superman again. So he saw Lex as Superman and he wasn't happy. So he came back. He already looked like he decided in the one shot. We didn't need another decision making, or the one shot should have been something completely different, because this actually explained him returning a lot better. I like that he returned because he saw Lex trying to be Superman, and he knew Lex did not symbolize what his S and what Superman symbolizes. And I love that he came back to make sure that Lex did not take up the Superman mantle. It was awesome. Dan Jurgens, it's so great to have him back on a Superman book. I'm so excited to see where this goes. The artwork is gorgeous as well. You should definitely be checking this out. As always, guys, Comic Frontline, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. We have tons of videos coming out each and every day. We are getting DC Rebirth out on Wednesday, so you guys are up to date and you guys have your reviews day of release when it comes to the DC Rebirth books. But we have videos going up daily, so if you haven't subscribed, maybe you should. This way we're in your sub box and you will not miss out on a single video. We got tons of shows. We got a live show every Tuesday at 10 o'clock-ish Eastern Standard Time. Media Madness every week. Anime Weekly every week. Lots of really great stuff that you guys will enjoy. And if you haven't checked out the .com, you definitely should as well. Tons and tons and tons of articles going up every single week. Also, don't forget to check out the other really great sites, all of our individual sites. It's on the channel page. Frontline Gaming Zone, the brother gaming channel to Comic Frontline. Don't forget to also check out Zone 4 Podcast, which you guys see on here. And Last Ember Press, which is connected with Brent, who's connected to Zone 4 Podcast. And until next time, feel free to comment below your thoughts on Action Comics 957. What did you think of the book? Did you like the artwork? Did you enjoy the story? Doomsday. Too much? It's okay. My opinion, it's okay, because I have a feeling this is going to work out great. Lex Luthor versus Superman. What did you think of it? What did you think of the book in general? Was this a good reason for Clark to come out of hiding? How do you think Lois is going to take it? How do you think John's going to take it? Who's Clark Kent? Who is saying he's Clark Kent? I'd love to hear you guys' predictions and thoughts on this book in general in the comments below. Till next time, though, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys really soon in the next video.